Yeah, porn is better than real women. Let's be honest. I think a lot of women out there, they don't understand how much they are uh, competing with porn, or they're at a loss. Basically, they're at a disadvantage heavily to porn. Real life flesh and blood women, and with sex robots, AI robots coming, and how good they're going to be, I think women are in a very precarious situation. If I was a woman, man, I don't know what I'd do, but it's not looking good for them. Dude, porn is obviously real life women are better than porn in, I don't know, a couple ways maybe. But I think porn is actually better than real life women in a multitude of ways. Um, and one of the ways is obviously that with real life women, you have to pick one. You have to pick one. And she probably doesn't look as good as the women in porn that you're looking at, right? So you have to pick one, and then she doesn't look as good. Porn, you can look at an infinite amount in a very small amount of time. You can see all sorts of women. You don't have to pick. You can have your fun. You can try everything. And there's a thing about porn where the women in porn, they really enjoy it, right? They give off this impression they're super submissive. I think this is why a lot of dudes watch porn, is because the women in porn are super submissive. They are just they're so and they love it too. They really enjoy what they're doing. They want the dick. They want to be slutty. They just want to make you feel, or make the dude feel, as masculine as possible. Now, obviously, I know that you're not actually doing it to them. I know that we're all digital cucks, but let's table that for a second, can we? Forget the fact that you're not doing the deed. These women are simulating something that real life women don't. Real life women, they don't know how to be. It's like they don't know how to be like that. They're not super submissive and slutty and just want to be dominated, and they're enjoying it, and they're making you feel like you're on top of the world and you're King Kong. They're kind of all weird. They're just kind of weird, and they want to be bossy in like every room other than the bedroom, and then it's like it's weird because it's like, why do you know I don't believe you. I don't believe that you're actually submissive, because then once we stop this, you're just like barking, and you're plotting my death, and you're being all passive aggressive and manipulative and weird. So and that sort of behavior, it's like, dude, I swear, like that sort of behavior in all other rooms other than the bedroom, like the way that women act nowadays, especially Western women, it translates to the bedroom, bro. It's like, I swear, they just don't know how to. They don't know how to just like let go and just like be, just get dominated, just be super submissive. Um, they're always just kind of weird, you know. Um, Now, the obvious one is that women are like, they're there, right? You have to deal with another human being, and it's a woman of all beings. Not the easiest to deal with. She's like, she has all her emotional stuff and baggage, and she's thinking a million thoughts, and she's not letting herself just like let go into the moment. And then afterwards, afterwards she's there, right? She's there. She doesn't leave. It's like porn, you can just you turn on and it's like she's there and she's ready to get fucked. And she's getting fucked and she's enjoying it, and then you can just turn it off and like she's gone. Poof. Poof. Real women, it's not like that. Real women, it's like they're there all the time, like even when you're not doing the deed with them. And when you're doing the deed with them, it's like every couple months. And they're not really all that good. You know, they're not really super submissive. They're not really enjoying it. And they're just kind of, they make you feel like they're you know, like they're being forced to do it or something. Like they have to do it. And it's just like nobody wants to live with a woman like that. You know, nobody wants to be with somebody like that, you know? That's why, and the thing is, man, you also don't have to worry about with porn, like you don't have to worry about like if it was just sex, right? Say it was just sex in real life. It was just sex with a woman. You don't have to worry about uh, leading her on or her catching feelings or any sort of things that she's going to bring up, or maybe you know, maybe she wants more from you and you don't, and then you like end up hurting her, or maybe you have there's a soul tie or some shit like that. Like you just don't have to worry about the fallout of all the things that you have to worry about in the fallout of being with real flesh and blood people, that comes with flesh and blood people. It's just not something that you have to deal with in porn. I mean, it's just all pixels. You know, they're not in the room with you. They're never gonna be in the room with you. You never have to talk to them. You never have to buy them things. There's no conversations about just just random shit. There's no arguments. They're not arguing. They're not bringing shit up. That's why, dude, I've always gravitated to porn over even like flesh and blood, just like flings, one night stands, fuck buddies, that sort of thing. Is because why would I want a fuck buddy if like you're not even gonna look as good as the chicks in porn, and you're gonna have to talk a little bit. You're gonna talk a little bit, and you're not gonna do the things that they do. You know that they simulate in porn, and then I don't have to worry about you. I don't have to worry about you. Like, how are you gonna get home, or do you need a ride, or maybe you want to talk, or maybe you're catching feelings, or maybe you hate me, or you think that I'm using you, or maybe myself. Maybe I don't have to worry about myself catching feelings. You know, I don't have to worry about catching feelings for women when it's porn. I don't have to worry about like being vulnerable or anything like that. Like obviously there are advantages that are also, you know, my own advantages. You know, I don't have to. There's no pressure to perform. You don't have to be rock fucking hard. You can kind of ease your way into it. You know, it's not like immediate. You don't have to perform on the spot. Um, there's so many things that you have to do when it comes to real life women, and it's like, what's the point? You know, what's even the point? Um, is it really worth it? You know, if really I only want like, because I guess that's why I've always just used porn, is because I always kind of felt like maybe that's all I really wanted women for, is just like just sex. In like, I guess the way to put it is I didn't see that they were good in any other sense. I didn't want them in my life in any other way because I just didn't see that they were really worth it. Like, did they, was it good? Like, did it enhance my life? Are they a pleasure to have around? It wasn't, I just never really felt like that. Um, Now, of course, it doesn't, it doesn't escape me that you know, I could have a distorted view of women after looking at porn for so long of my entire life. I mean, I've gone into many reasons of why I look at porn. I had the limp dick for 12 years. That factored into it. All my early sort of traumatic experiences with women early on in my romantic relationships early on in life. It just kind of all like soured my experience. And so I was just never really, plus, there's so much pressure to be something. You got to drive like, with women, especially in the Western world, it's all hypergamous because men feed into this. They do what they need to do to get women. They're driven by female attention and approval. And so they feed the beast. They feed the insatiable appetite of the collective hypergamous uh, monster that is women. And instead of not feeding the beast, instead of being like, you know what, no, actually, I'm not going to give you, we're going to put our foot down. We're not going to give you this. We're not going to give you that. We're not going to constantly try to level up and be better in every single way to just to satisfy your mutated hypergamous nature that's gone crazy. Um, they don't do that, and so there's so much pressure to like be something. I live in a basement, and I drive a Nissan Versa, and I make like 3K a month, and that's like I'm happy. Like I'm literally like, bro, like there's so much in my life that like I'm really grateful for, and most of the time I am grateful for all this stuff that I have. Like I have a great life. I have a TV, I have Wi-Fi, I have heat, I have AC. I can order Uber Eats. I can shop and have really good food, and there's no shortage of food. Like my stomach is always filled, and I have a nice job, like a chill job that I kind of enjoy, and I don't have to answer to women, and I don't have to work around women, and um, I can make videos when I want, and yeah, I don't have like the nicest place, and I don't have the nicest car. I don't make the most money, but um, yeah, I just don't. And I live a simple life. Like I don't like to do like a lot of things. I don't like to spend a lot of money. I don't need to go on like crazy trips. And in the Western world, you just don't find women that sort of align with that stuff. Maybe you do, but they're like, 5'7" and 200 pounds with like glasses. And I don't know. Or they're just like pale and skinny and autistic and read Harry Potter all day. You know what I mean? Maybe we got to give the autistic, Harry Potter nerds a shot. Maybe we got to start settling for the bigger girls. Um, Dude, at this point, I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of thinking, just gotta, we just gotta change the way that we think about things. But maybe I have to lower our standards a bit. But obviously, porn is making men it like it raises their standards or gives them a false idea of what women should be and what they're like. Obviously, like everybody knows this. And the more we look at like these hot, super hot women and all these crazy positions and you know, all this crazy stuff being done to them, it's like, man, you know, real life autistic Harry Potter girl that's just gonna come over and lay like a fish and then be like all weird. You know, it's just kind of doesn't. It's like why would I do that? You know, and then you know, any other girl, you know, is try to get a higher tier girl. She's gonna want to go places. You know, you're not even gonna be able to sleep with her immediately. She's gonna want you to take her out to like dinner, and then you have to buy her a drink, and then you know make a creative date, and then even then she'll probably say goodnight to you, and then you have to do that like a few other times, and without any guarantee of her like not ghosting you, and you know you might just spend all this money and then she's just gone, and I mean it's just like what are dudes doing out there? Like I don't I think that porn has like such great upside compared to modern women. Like, dude, I genuinely think that like porn and like these AI sex robots, when they get crazy, like in like 10, 20 years, these sex robots are like almost indistinguishable from real women. I mean, bro, it's like, what are women gonna do? It's basically they're toast. Like they're over. They're gonna be. My buddy was saying like they're gonna be on the side of the streets, just like you know, knitting and cooking and like showing you what they can do. Shit's gonna come full circle, man. That'll be someday, man. Take me in. I can knit. I can cook. I'll do anything. I'm super submissive. You know, I'll have sex with you every day. It's like they just don't. I don't think they understand, man. I don't think they understand. This is gonna get weird. This is gonna get weird. The future is gonna be very strange, and it's really gonna shed light on like what we all sort of value and what we all really want. And I think men, man, they've put up with so much to just get sex from women like quarterly, from their own wives, their own girlfriends. Like they have to, like their girlfriends refuse to have sex with them. They use sex as leverage, and they use sex as like a weapon. And like, oh, you got to do this. There's like some sort of subtle, unspoken, unsaid contract of like things that you have to do to be able to have sex with them. And it's just like, how did it get like this? This is just crazy. This is crazy. I don't know why dudes are even putting up with that, dude. There's porn. There's Annika Albright. I just busted nut to Annika Albright like fucking 10 minutes ago, dude. Like, there's that. Have you seen Annika Albright, bro? I mean, you just turn her on and like just pull her up and you can get all this great simulated stuff that's like way better than what you're gonna see your woman doing sex, and then you can just shut her off and she's gone, poof, and like you don't have to deal with any of the other stuff. You know, porn is just an amazing thing in a lot of different ways. You don't have to buy women in porn anything. You don't have to worry about how they're feeling. You don't have to worry about your performance. You don't have to worry about getting them off. You don't have to worry about anything, bro. And it still ends in like the same thing. Like you still get a nut, you know? Yeah, you're blasting one into the ether for the digital void. Is that good? Probably not, right? Probably not. But I just wanted to kind of make a video about why it's so alluring why it's so attractive for a lot of men. So, yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't know. I might do a round two here. So I can get Maria Black on the tube, on the hub. We'll see. See how it goes. No, but in all seriousness, I think I need to like I don't know, dude. I might need to make like a what was it? Tinder? It's called Tinder. I think it's called Tinder. Or like just some sort of profile just for sex. Because I think that's all I really want. There's not really much point to relationship. Relationships are for like long term. You have kids with them, but nobody can have kids anymore. So like all relationships are just going to turn into like basically just situationships, like just having sex, because nobody can afford kids. And why do you want to have kids in this system that literally weaponizes kids against men? And basically, you're just signing your life away to the woman, and she uses it as leverage over you. So, but I'm thinking I should just make a profile just for like casual sex. I'll take a picture of my basement, take a picture of myself shirtless. Just gonna be like, hey, this is what I'm working with. Just want sex. That's it. What do you say? Anyway, all right. That's it. That's a video.